So it's snowing today. Mother Nature, whatever you have up your ass. I hope you got it out of your system last year. What's happening, everybody? Justin, Bridgewater's finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, and welcome to week 12 of my weekly NFL pick show for the 2015-2016 NFL season. Week 11? You know what? Hey, full marks for week 11. After the last couple of weeks that I and a lot of other NFL YouTube prognosticators have had, we'll take a week like week 11. Straight up in week 11, I was 8-6. I'll take over 500 after the last couple of weeks. 93 up, 67 down on the season. Against the spread and over-under, broke even. 7-7 against the spread, 7-7 over-under. Again, after the last few weeks, I'll take those numbers. 80, 77, and 3 on the against the spread, and 77, 79, and 4 on the over-under. Platinum, gold, silver, and bronze picks from last week. I went 3-1, only losing the bronze pick, which has now lost 2 weeks in a row. Carolina, New England, and Seattle all won their games last week very convincingly, so that was the platinum, the gold, and the silver. The bronze pick I ended up losing as Atlanta shit the bed once again, losing to Indianapolis and Matt Hasselbeck. Taking a look at the Bridgewater's finest pick'em pool for season 4, I moved up again this week. I'm now inside the top 20 for the first time since I believe week 8. So, hey, fantastic, small victories. We're at now 19th place out of 51, 771 out of 1,249 possible confidence points. That's a clip of only 62%. Where I sit right now, I'm 70 points back of our leader with 6 weeks to go plus the playoffs. It's hard to make any movement in the playoffs. There's never more than 4 games, so if I'm going to make a move, it's got to start this week. In week 11, I brought in 65 out of 105 possible confidence points. That is a clip of only 62%, but it is trending in the right direction over the last couple of weeks. Shout out to our week 11 winner, Brady to Edelman. That was rather apropos from the game last night. Brady to Edelman went 11-3 in week 11. That's a fantastic mark. 89 out of 105 possible confidence points. That's a clip of 85%. That's a great week. Evanhosmer continues to be our leader. 102 up, 58 down on the season. 841 out of 1,249 possible confidence points. That's a clip of 67%. So like I said, we're separated by 70 points. There's only 6 full weeks now to go left in the season. So I'm going to make a move. Got to start this week. But shout out to Brady to Edelman for winning week 11 and to Evanhosmer for remaining our overall leader. I'll take this opportunity, as I do every week, to remind you that if you go to the description of this video, you're going to be able to find all of my results from last week as well as overall on the season. You're going to be able to find all of my against the spread and over-under plays for week 12 in the NFL. You're going to find information on joining the Bridgewater's finest pick'em pool for season 4. Still not too late to get yourself a shout out. And you're going to find links to my Movember campaign, the NFL YouTube Prognosticators Facebook page, as well as direct links to other high-quality NFL YouTube prognosticators that it would be awesome if you could vote for them for a Geo Knows Award, except that I'm going to be nominated. Also, a note on my Movember campaign, it's really struggling, guys, so if you can consider possibly finding some coffee money or something to toss my way, it would be great. Thanks a lot. Before we get to the picks for week 12, I'm just going to hit you with the question of the week for this video. Whether I'm the one that's actually discovered this or maybe it's been a long known fact for all I know, there's been a bit of what I like to call a rule of 4 in the NFL every week. And the rule of 4 is at least 4 betting underdogs have won their games outright. Now, maybe this is something that long-time progs and bettors and everything, maybe this is something that they've known for a long time. It's just kind of something that I picked up on this year. With that, my question to you this week is, what is your top upset pick of this week? You're guaranteed you're going to get at least a couple of them. So what is your biggest upset pick this week? Okay, folks, let's get into the Week 12 picks now. We're going to start at the bottom with the bronze pick, which, as I mentioned, I've lost 2 weeks in a row, now sits at a record of 9-2. For my bronze pick, I've got the Buffalo Bills traveling into Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Bills kind of took it on the chin on Monday night, losing to the Patriots. That wasn't exactly a bad game by the Bills. I mean, defensively, they had a phenomenal game plan. They were getting to Brady. They were disguising their blitzes. They were bringing guys when they thought they weren't. They weren't bringing them when they thought they were. Defensively, it was a very good game plan against New England for the majority of the game. However, Buffalo still couldn't get it done, and they face an issue. Well, in this game, I think they faced more than a few issues, but primarily, now you've got a banged up quarterback because Tyrod Taylor looked like he took a bit of a shot on one of his shoulders. I can't remember which one it was, but he didn't look 100% at the end of that game. You got a Bills team that has now lost 3 out of 5 games, and they're only 2-3 against teams that don't come from their own division. Meanwhile, how about them Chiefs? Kansas City, after starting the season 1-5 and losing arguably one of the best running backs in football, have now reeled off 4 straight wins. They're a 500 team at 5-5. And I think what's most impressive about them now is in those last 4 wins, it's not like they're squeaking by or they're riding their defense too hard. Those last 4 wins they've won by an average score of 33-10. Quite frankly, I think this is one of those classic scenarios of too much versus not enough. In the bronze pick, I'm going to tell you to take Kansas City to push it to 5 straight wins and beat Buffalo in Kansas City. My silver pick, where I am 6-5 on the season, sees the St. Louis Rams traveling into Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. After impressing early in the season, the Rams are now losers of 3 consecutive games. They find themselves now 2 full games back in the NFC wildcard picture. Looks like Nick Foles is going to be back behind center. I would be very surprised if Case Keenum plays in this game after that total shit show with him last week. And the Rams are only 1-4 on the road. This is not a team that travels very well, and they've got to cross the country to go into Cincinnati. Bengals, meanwhile, have also lost 2 games in a row after being undefeated for much of the season. They're also only 1-1 against the NFC, so it's not like they're dominating NFC teams. However, they are 4-1 at home, and this is a hungry-ass team. I mean, this is a team that was undefeated for a long time. Now they've lost consecutive prime-time games, really under pressure. Andy Dalton, a questionable quarterback at best when it comes to pressure games. And they looked okay in those 2 losses, but ultimately they still lost the games. One of these 2 teams gets off the schneid this week. I think it's going to be the home team, so that's how I'm going to tell you to go. For the silver pick, I'm going to tell you to take the Cincinnati Bengals at home to beat St. Louis. My gold pick, where I'm also 6-5, sees an NFC North divisional matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. These are 2 teams going in 2 different directions based off of their most recent results. Chicago with a loss, Green Bay with a win. It is notable that Chicago does have the number 2 offense in that division behind Green Bay, but they are 0-3 in games against teams in this division. Meanwhile, added to the fact that this is a division matchup, this is going to be a game where emotions are going to be running high. Green Bay is going to be retiring Brett Favre's number. Green Bay got a huge character win last week, beating Minnesota, kind of reminding everybody like, hey guys, we're still here and this division is far from over. And what I love so much about that win last week is it was the defense that stepped up against Minnesota. It was the defense that kept Adrian Peterson mostly bottled up for most of the night. It was the defense that really won that game for Green Bay, and that is very important. I know Chicago beat Green Bay a couple of years ago. I don't see it happening this week. I don't think Cutler has got what it takes to go into Green Bay in Lambeau. It's going to be cold and beat Green Bay at home. Don't think it's going to happen. For the gold pick, I'm going to tell you to take Green Bay to beat Chicago in Green Bay. And the platinum pick, where I am also 6-5 on the season, sees the Arizona Cardinals traveling to San Francisco in an NFC West matchup to take on the 49ers. 49ers lost last week fairly convincingly against Seattle, but I think the best thing that I could say about San Francisco, despite the fact that this is a 3-7 team, they actually have a winning record at home. In fact, all 3 of their wins have come at home. But San Francisco is 0-4 in this division, and last time I checked, Arizona's still in this division. When you look at Arizona, one word comes to mind for me: consistency. Let's take out of the equation for a second that Arizona has won 4 straight games, because that's fantastic, but there are a lot of teams in the league that could win 4 straight games. Arizona has been consistent on every single side of the ball. Offensively, defensively, special teams, throwing the ball, running the ball, defending the run, defending the pass, defending on special teams. Arizona can do it all. We're talking about the team that is the number 1 offense in football and number 3 defensively. Blaine Gabbert, full marks to Blaine Gabbert. He's played fairly well since he's taken over the starting role here in San Francisco. Looks like Kaepernick's days in San Francisco are done. I don't think Blaine Gabbert is beating Arizona. So that's the way I'm going to go with the platinum pick. I'm going to tell you to take Arizona on the road to beat San Francisco. Now let's take a look at the rest of my straight-up picks for Week 12 in the NFL. Last week we might have turned a corner. Let's see if we can build on it. That's the Week 12 show for you, folks. Comments, hate, and love, you know where they go in the comment section below. And it is time for the comment of the week from the Week 11 video. Comment of the week from Week 11 goes to Andrew Warren. Now, Andrew Warren is a fellow NFL YouTube prognosticator whose link I just realized has not been in my description all season. I'm very sorry for that, Andrew. It's in there now. Go check out Andrew's videos. He's a really good guy, and he makes some good picks. Andrew Warren's comment from last week, I had asked you, is Carolina versus New England your Super Bowl matchup? Here's what Andrew had to say. First, he starts off with, I went 8-6 last week, and no, I don't think it's going to be a Super Bowl 38 rematch. Way to drop that history. I think it's going to be the Patriots and the Cardinals in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I think the Cardinals finally get playoff success under Bruce Arians. Can't disagree with that. Arians is a good coach, and they've got a really good team. I think Arizona will be a team to make a run of Carolina's money. So there you go. Maybe he's saying, hey, NFC Championship game, Arizona, Carolina. He likes Arizona in that game. Great picks, Justin. Good luck in your picks this week, and thank you for picking my Patriots this week. Andrew, no problem. They're undefeated. You're one of the most entertaining prognosticators we have. Thank you very much. The Geo Knows Trophy appreciates the shout-out. How about some NHL videos? This is how he ends it off. What are your thoughts so far this season? NHL videos, eh? So thank you once again, Andrew. Yours is the comment of the week from the Week 11 video. Once again, everybody, get in the description of this video. Check out Andrew Warren's channel. Really good prog. I'm going to get you out of here now on my CFL Grey Cup pick. So I went 1-1 picking the games last week. Ottawa with a huge last couple of minute win against Hamilton, and Edmonton just destroyed Calgary. So that's your Grey Cup matchup. You got Ottawa and you've got Edmonton. How do I think it's going to go? Remember, a couple of weeks ago, the venerable Geo Knows predicted that the Ottawa Redblacks would win the Grey Cup. I can't go with it. Honestly, between these two teams, the offenses are pretty similar. Like, Ottawa can put up points with the best of them, and so can Edmonton. I think where it comes down to me is the defense. Statistically and just observationally, Edmonton's got a better defense than Ottawa does. Defense, to me, still ultimately wins championships. So I'm going to have to go Edmonton here. I'm going to say the Eskimos are going to beat the Ottawa Redblacks. The Eskimos will be your 103rd Grey Cup champion. That's it for me, Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. Week 12 is in the books, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll see you again for Week 13. And to my American viewers, fans, friends, and fellow NFL YouTube prognosticators, a very happy Thanksgiving.